a weird YouTuber in a new Metallica movie, a Judas Priest live album, and the next Helloween record is finally ready. Metal is alive and well, so let's see what keeps it going today. Here you go. Metallica Saved My Life. Metallica is set to release their new documentary titled Metallica Saved My Life, directed by the acclaimed Jonas Åkerlund, known to every Metallica fan for his work on Turn the Page, Whiskey in the Jar, and Man Unkind. And this film delves into a profound connection between the band and their fan base over the past 4 decades, showcasing how Metallica's music has been a lifeline through pivotal moments in life. And this week, in addition to the announcement itself, Metallica also released the teaser to it. So let's watch it.
Metallica is a state of mind.
Metallica is unapologetically real.
Yeah, I guess I'm part of it.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
But all jokes aside, yes, it was a huge honor to take part in this incredible project, and I'm very thankful to Metallica for inviting me to be a part of it. And the truth is that I've been simply dying to talk about it, and I'm super happy that it's finally out in the open. By the way guys, an interesting thing that the hoodie I'm wearing that teaser is this one. And I got it at the Metallica 40th anniversary show, which happened to be the last pilgrimage I made before the full-scale invasion of Ukraine. And that's literally one of the only 2 pieces of warm clothes I had when it all began. So yeah, it was not just me trying to show off in a Metallica hoodie, moving some boxes around. But nevertheless, the coolest thing about this documentary is that it will not be yet another Metallica documentary, meaning it will not concentrate on the band, as we had a bunch of those before. This will be a film about the fans, and from what I at least know and I've felt, it will be a heartfelt exploration of the enduring bond between Metallica and their fan base, offering a rather intimate look at the stories that shaped the shared journey of the Metallica family.
You are not alone!
And while I don't know how much of our Metal Pilgrim community will actually be in that movie, because I did speak quite a lot about it, nevertheless, I'm extremely excited to see the final product. And hey, this year we're getting Spinal Tap 2, Iron Maiden documentary, and Metallica Saved My Life. All in 1 year! And now, at least for me, this is what I call a good year for cinema. And here, super quick, just wanted to point out that only around 30% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed to this channel, so if you're not one of those, and especially if this is not the first video you're watching here, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing right now. Let's continue building this amazing heavy metal community together. Helloween is here! It's official! The new Helloween album is done! And according to the founder, guitarist and vocalist Kai Hansen, it sounds killer. And here's the thing, with that announcement, Kai also shared a couple of snippets off of it, and I can confirm, those parts that we did here do sound killer. Helloween started working on their new album back last summer of 2024, yet this week the band finished mixing and recording it with their longtime producer Charlie Bauerfeind. And although no release date has been revealed yet, this will be the second album with the reunited Pumpkins United lineup, following their massive 2021 self-titled comeback. And according to yet another vocalist, Andy Darius, this new album will be much more easy to listen to, more positive and uplifting. Yet at the same time, at parts, Helloween will produce some of the heaviest material they ever had in their entire catalog. So basically, it will be giving Helloween fans exactly what they love this band for. Now, I don't know about you, but I actually loved the latest self-titled album by Helloween, as it pretty much gave Helloween fans exactly what they expected from a reunion record. So if this new album will continue the line started on its predecessor, and in addition to that, it will be more uplifting and encouraging amongst all the crazy stuff going on around the world, I am all for it. Oh, and especially because it will also feature a ballad from Helloween. Finally! And here, as always, just want to thank all my patrons and all of the YouTube channel members, as it is thanks to you and thanks to everyone who purchases Metal Pilgrim merch that this show is even able to exist. So thank you guys so much. And if you would like to become one and occasionally get some pretty cool perks, like for example right now I've finally uploaded the video on my Patreon and here for YouTube channel members on all of the songs Judas Priest have ignored throughout the years, which is a lot, and that's why it turned out to be more than 30 minutes long. But yeah, so if you would like to become one and watch it before everyone else, you can do so via the link in the description to this video. And just in case if you decide to do that, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Sodom's fight for true metal. German thrash metal legends Sodom are officially back. Their new full-length album, The Arsonist, is set to drop on June 27th, and if their first single, Trigger Discipline, is anything to go by, well, it is going to be a total assault. Overall, the track is a high-speed barrage of riffs, perfectly in line with Sodom's signature sound. Raw, vicious, and ready to detonate a mosh pit near you. A sound which is rather different from pretty much anything we can hear today. And all because on this album, Sodom decided to not go the overly polished digital route. And according to Tom Angel Ripper, they used a 24-track analog tape machine to record the drums and kept the recordings as natural and unprocessed as possible. And yes, that difference in drum production definitely does show, and it definitely does affect all the other instruments as well. Also returned to the studio is the producer Harris Jones. So yeah, the old school thrash metal fire is very much real on this record. And overall, I just have to point out that 2025 seems to be simply incredible for thrash metal. No, seriously, pretty much every week more and more incredible news from this genre are pouring in, which actually makes me believe that a real thrash metal revival is already here. And here comes the time for the best part of the video, in which you don't have to look at my face, because it's time to talk about 5 latest metal releases from this week, which, although did not get their own segments, are definitely worthy of your attention. Dutch symphonic metalers Epica returned with their 9th studio album, A Spiral, released via Nuclear Blast Records. This album maintains the band's signature blend of powerful metal riffs and epic orchestral arrangements, so pretty much exactly what you expect from Epica, enhanced by performances from the City of Prague Philharmonic Orchestra. This new offering continues their exploration into symphonic complexity combined with strong melodic hooks, resonating with both old and new fans alike. Italian folk power metal band Elvenking have released Reader of the Runes Luna, the 3rd chapter of their ambitious conceptual trilogy via Reaper Entertainment. This album deepens the band's storytelling approach, merging melodic metal harmonies with vivid folk instrumentation. The band's engaging lyrical themes and intricate musical landscapes remain prominent throughout the record. Dirkschneider and the Old Gang, led by metal legend Udo Dirkschneider, have released their new single It Takes Two to Tango through Rain in Phoenix Music. This song stays true to the classic heavy metal roots. I mean, what else would you expect from Udo Dirkschneider? Featuring catchy melodies and powerful guitar work, providing fans a taste of what's to come on their upcoming album Babylon, due later this year. It takes two to tango! Swedish melancholic metal veterans Katatonia unveiled their new single Lilac from their upcoming 13th album Nightmares as Extensions of the Waking State, scheduled for release on June 6th via Napalm Records. The single marks the debut of new guitarists Nico Elgerstrand and Sebastian Svalin, continuing Katatonia's legacy of blending atmospheric melancholy with progressive metal nuances, the same way they did it on the latter part of their career. California thrash metal pioneers Dark Angel have returned with Extinction Level Event, their first new song in 34 years. The track, written by late guitarist Jim Durkin a decade ago, serves as the lead single for their upcoming album of the same name, set for release later in 2025 via Reversed Records. Recorded at Armory Studios in Vancouver and mixed by Mike Fraser, the song showcases the band's signature aggressive style and pays homage to Durkin's legacy. Oh, and don't forget that all of these tracks are already added to our metal playlist Metal 365, which if you still haven't added to your YouTube or Spotify library, you should definitely do it to keep in touch with the latest metal from all around the world. The Tears of Ghost. Swedish rockers Ghost just dropped the second single from their upcoming studio album Skeleta, titled Lachryma, and a video to it. And on this video, are you ready? You can actually see how Tobias Forge moves his lips. Seriously! No, seriously, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw it. But in all seriousness, this new song, which by the way is titled Lachryma, and I know that I'm gonna get a lot of hate for what I'm about to say, but it's actually the first Ghost song in quite a while that I truly enjoyed from the first listen. No, seriously, it's just super catchy. So if you are a fan of true metal, I'm sure that you will abso-freaking-lutely love it.
Everybody knows.
Metal Chat with Alien Weaponry. One of the most exciting new albums of this spring is definitely Alien Weaponry's Terra, with which the boys continue bringing the Maori culture into the world, and which the band's fans have been waiting for 4 years. And so on this week's Metal Chat, let's welcome two from Alien Weaponry.
Was it originally established like a band for internal market, or is your basically primary goal right now is to popularize and promote your culture outside of New Zealand?
Yeah, you know, I don't think they had too much, like, I don't think they set out and were like, we need to get popular here or there, you know, or wherever. Mm-hmm. I think actually, you know, it just came through a passion of music. They just love to make that music, and there's purely just an imbalance in the market. You know, New Zealand's a small country. Mm-hmm. Heavy metal is even smaller again in terms of how popular it is here. You know, we've just come off a New Zealand tour here, and it's 2 weekends worth of touring for us to play a New Zealand tour here, you know, where we've barely scratched America and it was 6 weeks, you know. So the opportunity is just completely different. And we like it because what we've noticed, particularly for the Maori stuff, New Zealand harbors a lot of negativity towards things Maori. Because one of the things that we would be told growing up is, nobody cares about that Maori stuff except for Maori people. You know, and there's this tiny percentage and nobody cares. Why bother learning the language? Why bother learning the culture? You know, who cares? It's a tiny population of the world. And then here we are in Spain and 15,000 people are singing to us in Maori. You go, well, people do care, you know, people do like it. And, you know, this is something that we can apply outside of our own music. You know, people like the haka when they watch the All Blacks do it, or they see it on social media or whatever is happening. People care. And us doing this helps to show people here in New Zealand, like, actually you're wrong, you know, and actually you're wrong, and you're just being a hater for no reason kind of thing. So for us, it is important that we do share it around the world, but the way we always pitch it is it's important for us to share it around the world to bring it home, and to bring that love for things Māori back to our own country and remind our people, whether they're the haters or people who just feel ashamed or not confident loving our culture or their own culture if they're Māori themselves, because of the way that this country, you know, tries to pull it down.
Deconstruction of social norms, communication without a voice.
The full interview with Tu is already available on my second channel, MP2, and the link to it will be in the description to this video. But for now, I just simply have to point out that if you are a fan of groove metal, thrash metal, progressive metal, and a whole other bunch of metals, and you still have no idea who Alien Weaponry are, you should definitely check out their latest studio record. The future of Judas Priest. A rather interesting piece of news came this week from the Judas Priest camp, as the founding bassist Ian Hill confirmed what most of us Judas Priest fans knew all along, or at least kind of suspected, that most, if not all, Judas Priest concerts are being professionally recorded, and then added that the band will see where it might lead to.
Alright then, keep your secrets.
Now, he still didn't confirm anything, but at this point it sure sounds like a live album or a concert film might be on the table, especially with the band currently firing on all cylinders during their Invincible Shield tour, and just as a reminder, doing so at the 55th year of their existence. And here's the thing, last time I saw the band last year, I actually spoke to Rich Faulkner about that, and at that point Rich told me that the band still haven't decided whether they will release a live DVD or a concert album of any sort, but it looks like this is definitely a possibility for this tour, especially now that the news are coming from such a respected source as the legendary Ian Hill. So yeah, I don't know about you, but I would actually be super excited to see a live concert from the band's Invincible Shield tour. And even more so, I would actually be excited for a new Judas Priest documentary, as the last film about this band was released more than 20 years ago. And there was actually quite a lot that happened in the Judas Priest camp since then. Oh, and by the way, in other news from this band, a couple of days before that, Richie Faulkner also just casually confirmed that several months after he famously finished shredding Painkiller's solo after his aorta ruptured, he also suffered a stroke. And yet still, he continued performing and going around the world together with Judas Priest. So yeah, Richie, you are a freaking legend! Exodus' new old lineup. Rob Dukes is back, and Exodus just made it official on stage. Last Saturday, the band played their first full concert with Dukes in over a decade. And yes, at least from the videos online, it looks like it was an all-out thrash metal assault. Now, here's the thing, I'm actually equally a fan of both Rob Dukes and Sousa, and I definitely respect both of those vocalists. But still, it is simply incredible to witness how warmly do the Exodus fans welcome Rob Dukes back into the family, while they supported Rob throughout the entire concert. And while this first show might have not been his best performance ever, the truth is that Dukes still sounded absolutely ferocious. And here, just a quick reminder that currently Exodus are working on not one but 2 studio albums, and both of those will feature Rob's vocals, and which I'm actually really excited to hear, and which of course just adds yet another point to the whole thrash metal is back thingy. But anyways, what new music did you listen to this week? Please let us know in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Please don't forget to like it, comment under it, spread the word about this channel, and also, of course, join our communities on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, X, what else is out there? Pretty much any social media you can possibly imagine. Wherever you can post content, I'm on it. And as always, thank you so much for all your support for me, this show, and Ukraine through this very difficult time. We will prevail. Slava Ukraini!